Hello, this is Motivira's 4th tutorial, which shall be on double kongs. Now obviously before you can go on double kongs, you must have kongs down pretty well, and if you don't have kongs down pretty well, go back and learn that. But we'll give you a few tips anyways. A few quick tips for kongs is if you want to be trying to go off one foot, because a lot of times running that'll be much more fluent going into them and they end up looking better. In my opinion, you can punch, but that's stupid, don't do it. But anyways, you want to make sure you're getting your hips up high and then you're getting a lot of upward force out of it. So just make sure you're getting hips high, bringing your legs in, keeping everything straight. You know, do a kong good. Once you have kongs down really good, you want to start with dive kongs. Basically, dive kongs, you just want to make sure you're taking out from farther and farther and farther away from the object that you're vaulting over. With farther you go, the more you have to focus on getting your hips up high, because that will help you get over it. If you don't bring your hips up high, you end up bringing your knees directly into the vaulting block, and that hurts. Hips high, a lot of this is mental, just slowly build up to larger and larger ones and you'll be fine.
So after you learn dive kongs, the next thing you want to do is start practicing for the actual double kongs. For this, you want to start on a smaller object, and then you want to kong up onto it, onto your feet, and then down kong, which is when you do a kong from standing about the same level as the object downwards, because that's what the second kong in the double kong is going to feel like. And then after this, basically you're just going to simulate a double kong by doing it and then just putting your feet down on the end of it so you're not actually pulling over but you still have the motion. And then after that you'll be ready to commit to it.
And finally, we're at double kong time. So once you have good dive kongs, you know you can get double kongs. Getting a dive kong of a good distance is actually harder than getting a double kong to that same distance, so the double kongs are actually easier. So when you're first learning these, you want to basically just be doing that dive kong by letting your hands tap on the first object, but focusing mostly on that second kong. As you get better and better at these double kongs, you can start to actually use your first kong to launch you into it more, giving you more and more distance.
So when you're finally ready for actual double kongs, if you have mats, you want to use them so you're safer. You want to get a nice fast run into this. Make sure you're jumping off one foot, and with the other foot that's behind you, you want to kick it up really hard and then pull up the obstacle while throwing your feet and your hips straight up behind you. That way you can get over the second one. And also, one of the things that you want to work on with this, you want to be trying to basically jump all the way over the second one, not just land on it, because if that happens, you'll land with your hands and then your feet will come in and you won't get over it. So, call on the obstacle, push your arms, or push up really hard, throw your hips and your feet up really high behind you, look at and over the second obstacle, place your hands on it, and then from here you want to pull downwards so that you can come down onto your feet. When you actually do this, your feet aren't actually going through your arms while your arms are still on the obstacle. Your arms, they're pushing up and then your feet are going through. And just keep trying, you'll eventually get it. Just remember to always throw your hips up really high because it makes it way easier. If you just run and dive as far as you can when you do it, it's a lot harder than if you throw your hips up. And that's a double kong. And another thing, never do these on bars. It's a stupid idea. Just don't do it.